What's up, everybody? Hey, Tom Laird here, host of the Advice from a Call Center Geek podcast and founder of Expivia. For exceptional contact center outsourcing, trust Expivia. We're fully AI-driven, as all of you know, and can handle voice, email, chat, and all of your digital channels. Our 600-seat USA contact center is expert in healthcare, financial services, insurance, tech support, retail, and more. Experts on the NICE CX1 platform, we ensure seamless customer experiences. DM me or visit expiviausa.com for more.
This is Advice from a Call Center Geek, a weekly podcast with a focus on all things call center. We'll cover it all from call center operations, hiring, culture, technology, and education. We're here to give you actionable items to improve the quality of yours and your customers' experience. This is an evolving industry with creative minds and ambitious people like this guy. Not only is his passion call center operations, but he's our host. He's the CEO of Expivia Interaction Marketing Group and the Call Center Geek himself, Tom Laird.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Advice from a Call Center Geek, the call center operations podcast, where we try to give you some actionable items to take back to your contact center, improve the overall quality, improve your agent experience, hopefully improve the customer experience as well. How's everybody doing? Feeling pretty good. Summer's starting to kick in. I think we're starting to kind of see the end from the call center workspace of this COVID deal. And we're starting to make some decisions. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today is some of the decisions that you guys are thinking about that some of you guys have asked me. And I've had some pretty cool conversations with you. And I've had a lot of these conversations on some webinars and things that I have been on and been asked the question of what's kind of next? Are you going to go back brick and mortar? What are you going to keep, in a work from home standpoint? So how's that going to work? So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. And hopefully I can give you some insights into what we're going to do, why we're going to do it, and how we're at least planning this kind of, I don't want to say post-COVID, but kind of the coming out of the tunnel, I guess, deal. Before I get going, I just want to throw something out at you. Most of you do know that there's, I did write a book. It's called More Advice. Well, there's actually two books. It's Advice from a Call Center Geek, and then there's More Advice from a Call Center Geek. I suggest you just buy the More Advice from a Call Center Geek if you're going to want it. I threw it on Amazon. The Kindle book version starting tomorrow. We're going to do one of those countdown deals. So it's going to start just at 99 cents and then go to like $1.99. But even it's like $3.49 for the Kindle, the full version. So a little bit of special on that if you want to check that out. The paperback is there as well. It's under $10. It's pretty cheap, but I think it can give you some added insights into a lot of the things that we talk about, we discuss here on the podcast, and kind of give it to you in kind of a written form. Also, the community, please join the Advice from a Call Center Geek Facebook community. It's kind of growing. There's a lot of helpful kind of tips and things that people are talking about and bringing up there. So again, check us out on Facebook, Advice from a Call Center Geek community. Check that out as well. Okay. So let me give you my plan or what I think is kind of what we're going to do from this. We were 100% brick and mortar. We moved pretty much 99.9% to an at-home, work-at-home deal, in the cloud. VPNs, you guys know the whole deal. We don't need to kind of go over that again. But now that we're starting to think through, in Pennsylvania, we've done this red, and every state's a little bit different, but in Pennsylvania, we've done this red, yellow, green kind of deal, right? So red means basically you're in shutdown, can't really do anything. You're work from home if you're doing anything. Yellow, which is what Erie County, where I am at, is right now, is we can have theoretically 25% of our workforce back, very stringent protocols when it comes to social distancing and kind of that whole deal. And then when we go to green, things still aren't normal, right? But we can technically have 75% capacity of our workforce back. Again, pretty stringent protocols when it comes to social distancing, taking temperatures, that kind of stuff that I know everybody's kind of working through and working with. So we are kind of in that orange moving to green, which I think will be in another week. So as we've kind of been in this mid-tier kind of setup, we've kept everybody at home other than if somebody has an internet issue that they can't fix. We've brought a couple of our supervisors back But for the most part, we've been operating in an at-home functionality. But once we go green, we have a plan in place to think this through. And so I know a lot of you guys are coming up with your plans of what to do now, because some of you have been pleasantly surprised that the work at home has worked so well. Others of you can't wait to get everybody back in the brick and mortar, because maybe the setup that you had didn't work, or just it caused some other issues that maybe you weren't ready for. So what we've decided is we're going to stay hybrid, which means we're going to keep it, and it's about 60-40, 60% being at home, 40% being brick and mortar. Again, if you would have told me that a year ago, I would have said you're crazy. But anyone, we are deeming and tiering our who works at home and who works here at Expivia on a couple things. Number one being by far is security. So if there's any credit card issues that arise, and what I mean that is any programs that deal with credit cards, any programs that deal with financial information, any programs that are healthcare that are dealing with HIPAA compliant information, those clients in those programs are going to come back to Expivia, and they're going to be here in our brick and mortar. There's a little bit more security. Well, there's a lot more security. I mean, let's be honest. There's a lot more security here. I can monitor that there's no cell phones on the floor. We can have a total paperless environment. There's scanning in, scanning out to the floor. Cameras are here. So it's a much more secure environment, and it makes me feel more comfortable. And some of these are client dictated as well, that we need to be in a brick and mortar if it's any way possible. The rest of our clients, right, with their permission, we're going to try to keep at home, right? It's worked extremely well. QA scores are very high. Our turnover has been almost nothing. Our call out and call offs have been really, really good. So from that standpoint, I don't want to upset the apple cart when it comes to some of the programs that do work well in an at-home setting. When it comes to training, all training is going to be done on site here, right? We have not really cracked the code well. And every time I say this, some of you guys who are listening are going to send me emails and kind of try to sell me on some of those at-home training cloud-based deals. And we've tried and demoed a bunch of them. And while they do work. I don't think they work as well as having somebody here, feeling the culture, listening to people, being able to really be here in a setting that they can really focus on the business aspect of what they're gonna need to do. So from a training aspect, that's what we're doing. We are removing about 15% of our call center stations from the 3 call center floors that we have. We're going to put them back into storage. First of all, we don't need them. We don't need as many because we're going to be at home. And second of all, I can space out our call center stations a little bit more so that we're not all on top of each other. We can maintain social distancing. We can try to keep the health of our employees still at the forefront until we have a all clear and back to a normal for where we are. So we're removing 15% of our stations. One of our call center floors as well is going to be totally dedicated, and we're moving things around a lot on one of our smaller floors to become a mission control area for our at-home supervisors. So I say mission control. We're putting up TV monitors on that floor, making sure that we have all the tools that these guys need to run their teams at home. So a little bit higher end video conferencing, better video cameras, those types of tools that we're going to put in a setting that can still look like it's a one-on-one between the supervisor and the reps. So we're kind of calling it our Expivia Mission Control. It's kind of a extension of what we did with our QA area. And QA kind of has that same kind of setup. So we're going to kind of move that also to the call center floor and kind of have that be set up for them as well. So that's kind of how we still have this set up. Any kind of training, again, that even for our at-home guys, it's going to be done here at Expivia. I should say as well that at-home is going to be earned, right? So let's say we have an at-home client and all the reps right now are at home. If that client needed to expand and they need another 25 associates, we're going to do the training here at Expivia, and we're going to keep these reps here on site. And we're still going to kind of call it their, their training. And we're going to keep them for an undetermined period of time that we're still discussing. So, we've had everywhere from 2 weeks to 6 months, right, of saying, hey, as long as these associates have shown that they're very proficient, that they can handle the job, that they're coming to work every single day, that they can be trusted. And I'm not sure what that number is yet, right? And I think that number is in that 4 to 6 week range, to be honest, right? So you earn the right and earn the trust of the organization to be able to then take your computer, and we're still giving the computers to our reps, and they're going to bring them home, set up, and then we kind of go from there and do our whole Slack protocols and kind of doing that. So that's kind of the deal of kind of how we're seeing this progress. The funny thing is I was this close, and this is February, March, this close to grabbing another 20,000 square feet of space for our expansion here at Expivia. So we were looking at different locations here in the Erie area to expand to. So we would have kept this site that we have here and then added another 15 to 20,000 square foot of just call center space. We're also looking at a brand new building, maybe a 40,000 square foot building where we would move our whole operation. And then we're also looking here in our present location of just taking another about 16,000 square feet of space. But I'm done with that. Like I've totally kind of stopped that process. We're going to just put in some money into the current facility. I mean, with 40 to 50% of our associates, or 60, I guess, depending on how the mix is going to end up. At home, I don't need any more space. And I can take that extra revenue or that money that was going to go to rent and make this place really, really cool and put in some unique break rooms and get some couches and TVs and PlayStations and do some things like that maybe we couldn't have done to the fullest extent if we were kind of spreading ourselves out, at least at the beginning, until that ROI kind of kicked in from the extra space. So that's our plan, guys. If you have questions, or if you're wondering, Tom, if you want me to look at the plan that you guys are thinking about, or if you want to just talk to me and kind of kick some things and vent, or, I'm here. Please let me know. Hook me up, look me up on LinkedIn. I'll be more than happy to try to help in any way I can as you're kind of navigating through this kind of, again, I hate the term, but new norm, right? Getting to a place where your company's going to be for the long term, taking into account all the kind of craziness that's going on. So again, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for all the following. You're almost at 35,000 downloads. I love throwing that number out at you guys. Last thing I want to say too, for any of you guys who are looking to move to a different contact center platform, call center platform, if you're not sure where to start, if you'd like to just see some demos of the things that we have here, I mean, it's just a kind of relaxed demo on Incontact. Look at the dashboards, look at the user experience, look at some of the integrations. Let me know. Be more than happy to do that for you. If you want some more information, we do have callcentergeekconsulting.com, and it's just basically, it's totally free. It costs you absolutely nothing. I'm kind of think of it as like a travel agent, right? You go to a travel agent, they help you. You don't pay them. They get paid on the back end. That's kind of how we get it too. All the telephony providers kind of help us to present in a cool way. I think a little bit more relaxed way than if you went directly to the providers themselves. So if any of you are interested in that, more than happy to help you with that. Call Center Geek Consulting. So, hey guys, thank you. Stay safe. We'll be back next week. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about yet. I'd love to hear some. If any of you guys have any suggestions on some of the things you want to hear, again, look me up, hit me up on LinkedIn, let me know. I'm tired of the work at home thing. I've been tired of it for a long time. I want to get back to some of the other things that we were discussing. So maybe, we'll kind of get back into some of the AI or some of the technology stuff that we've been kind of discussing. So thanks, guys. Enjoy your weekend. It's Thursday here in Erie. Friday's right around the corner. Enjoy it. Talk to you next week.